he's got it on there. He does.
Yeah.
Joey's always so good. Perfect.
So glad it's you, Bradley. It's my date night, so.
For multiple reasons, we will do so.
I got the PowerPoint. I got the PowerPoint right here.
Good, yes, awesome, thank you very much. All right, good, good to see you. At least we tabled the other one. At least we tabled the other one.
100%.
Yes.
Thank you for that. When it gets to 6 o'clock, I'm going to skip all the formalities and let Joey go ahead.
Sure.
If there's somebody comes in, we'll do the norm, but yeah, we'll make this as short and sweet as possible. We don't want to interrupt date night. Home Run Derby. Told the story, I'm taking my wife, that was my girlfriend in 2000, and we went to the 2000 Home Run Derby together.
Okay, nice. Now
Rekindling that. It's an all-star event going on in your town, sweetie. Stop, don't get me in trouble. I do enough to get myself in trouble. Hallelujah. Have to start on time. Required items. Good evening and welcome to the Planning and Zoning meeting for the City of Smyrna. Today is Monday, July 14th, 2025. This meeting is called to order. All right, Mr. Stobbs, we have the first item on the agenda is Z25007. This is to be tabled to August 11th. Can I get a motion to table this item? Item's been tabled 5-0. Next item on our agenda is Z25-008. This is a public hearing zoning request to allow for rezoning from TS to MU conditional for mixed-use development with a 212 hotel rooms, 328 multifamily units at a density of 70 units per acre, land lot 847. This is 4.66 acres on 2771 Cumberland Boulevard. PEG Smyrna Property LLC is the applicant. Mr. Stobbs, the background, please.
Good evening. This is rezoning case Z25-008. Applicant is PEG Smyrna Property LLC. Your recommendation will go to Mayor and Council August 18th. The subject property is 2771 Cumberland Boulevard. It is a little over 4.5 acres. Currently, there's an extended stay hotel there with 130 rooms. Applicant is proposing a mixed-use development with 328 multifamily units and 212 hotel rooms with amenities. Existing zoning is tourist services, and the proposed zoning would be mixed-use conditional. The future land use for the property is Regional Activity Center, as is all the properties around it. Regional Activity Center in the comprehensive plan is the most dense and highest commercial activity area in the city. The LCI study recommended density here adjacent to the Braves Stadium. So that's what the applicant has brought to in their application. I'll go over the site plan for this property. The hotel will have a front setback of 15, a side of 20, and a 0 rear setback. It is an 8-story building with 212 rooms. The first floor has a restaurant, retail, and lobby. The 8th floor has a fitness center. The multifamily is wrapped around the parking deck. It will be 12 stories with 328 units. 56 are studio, 110 are 1-bedroom, 142 are 2-bedroom, and there's 23 bedroom units. The first floor has the leasing center, the leasing office, and the 3rd floor has amenity and courtyard pool. There's a courtyard that connects the 2 buildings with hardscape materials. Be a 5-foot sidewalk, 2-foot grass strip at the front of the development. They are adding additional entrance and decel lane to the north of the property. The southern entrance will remain where it is. Underground stormwater detention, and the parking deck will have 4 levels, 675 spaces, roughly 494 for the multifamily and 149 for the hotel. There's 5 variances requested. 1, to allow an increase in the maximum 20-foot side setback for the hotel building. Allow an increase in rental units exceeding 50% of the total number of residential units. 3, allow an increase in residential density from 25 units per acre to 70 units per acre. 4, to allow an increase in building height of 66 feet to 150 feet. And 5, a reduction in the minimum front setback from 50 feet to 15 feet from the Spring Road corridor. This is a rendering of the proposed development. You see the hotel in front and the multifamily behind it. These are the elevations for the multifamily, south and east, and then north and west. And the proposed hotel elevations. These are pictures of the subject property as it is today and some adjacent properties. Staff is recommending approval from TS to MU conditional for the mixed-use development with 212 hotel rooms and 328 multifamily units. The standard conditions regarding the architecture, stormwater, underground utilities. They'll be responsible for any traffic improvements, decorative streetlights inside the development. They will comply with the tree ordinance. Special conditions regarding the building setbacks for both buildings. They will meet fire access requirements and water and sewer improvements, stormwater improvements, traffic improvements. They will install a decel lane at the northern entrance. The average unit size will be an average of 900 square feet per unit. They would be Class A amenitized units. 20 is description of some interior finishes we expect the building to have. It'll have the mixture of unit types I've discussed already, the maximum building height of 150 feet. Condensers, transformers, and other utilities will be screened. The dumpster and the sidewalk along the frontage of the development. Right-of-way dedication on Cumberland Boulevard to make sure the sidewalk is fully in the public right-of-way. And the parking deck will have a decorative brick exterior. have a minimum of 675 parking spaces. And if approved, they will be, development will be in substantial compliance with the site plan submitted and the building elevation submitted with the application. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Stobbs?
I imagine they'll be designated where the hotel parking spaces are and the multifamily spaces are, but they can answer more about that.
Get that answer from the applicant. Thank you, sir. At this time, we'd like to ask the applicant to come forward and tell us a little bit about the application. Please come forward. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening. Just for this slideshow, Joey, just if you'll show me which buttons to press so it doesn't just disappear. Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Take your time.
That helps. Good evening, Planning and Zoning Board, Mr. Chairman. My name is Kevin Moore, here on behalf of PEG Companies in this application for rezoning. Mr. Stobbs did an excellent job of providing you with that overview. We want to provide some additional detail, certainly answer one question that we'll take care of as part of that, as well as discuss a little bit about the vision and what's being planned for this site, how it really fits in very, very well with the city's vision and city's adopted policies and plans, as well as I'll be able to introduce Tyler Phelps with PEG Companies, who will give you a brief overview of the company and the projects that it has done that are very similar to the type of project that's being proposed to you, and that is a redevelopment of this current site, which is a residence inn. It's about 120 homes, extended stay and residence inn that is currently there. This project would be a total redevelopment of that site into the project that Mr. Stobbs described, and that is a 12-story multifamily, 8-story hotel building, as well as the hotel building will have a ground floor retail restaurant, food and beverage options that'll be part of that hotel building as well, obviously open to the public and readily seen and visible as part of the overall development. What you have in front of you now just shows you how that will fit in terms of overall look and visibility. You can see just beyond this property is you have the Battery and Truist Park, and you can see how this overall fits in to this area along Spring, Cumberland, and Cobb Parkway. The site plan overview, I think Mr. Stobbs did an excellent job of reviewing that with you in the various component parts. I just wanted to point out a couple of additional items of detail, really focusing in on how this works together. When you have a mixed-use redevelopment such as this, we think it's extremely important that it fit together, work together, and be able to operate together. Here you do see we have it's labeled hotel amenity courtyard, hotel drop-off and plaza areas that create a seamless transition as you come in and out, whether you're a resident or whether you're a guest and staying at the hotel. Likewise, what this is able to reflect is that each has its own separate amenity. There will be a fully amenitized hotel amenity with fitness and pool, and the same goes for the multifamily building, which will also be fully amenitized fitness centers, what you would expect in a Class A multifamily development such as this, and pool and so forth. And so just want you to see how that fits together. In terms of the overall parking, there will be some mixture of parking to allow for that, so that you'll have resident-only parking. That'll be secured parking for them within the parking structure, but then there will also be shared spaces for both hotel guests and guests coming to visit residents who may live in multifamily, and also for the retail and commercial components. So there is some mixture of parking that will occur, though importantly there's secured dedicated parking for the residents as well. We also wanted to make sure you could have what we consider to be excellent renderings from the different view sheds from different directions, a view from the northwest, a view from the southwest. You've seen that one previously, but now this has a little bit more color, so to speak, to that to the rendering, so you can really see how this proposed redevelopment will look and feel. Also, we wanted to provide some more detail to the renderings themselves so that you can really see the level of quality that's being brought by this applicant, PEG Companies, to this project. The overall, there's a couple of things also I wanted to add, because as I mentioned when I started, we believe this project fits actually perfectly into what the city's vision has been in terms of the approved policies. This property is within a regional activity center, and obviously a regional activity center is the most intense activity center and future land use category that the city has. This project, as staff has found, is consistent with your comprehensive plan. Also, it's within the staff report, but I really wanted to point it out, is the Spring Road Livable Centers Initiative and Study, the LCI, Spring Road LCI study that was done by the city in 2017, identified this specific area and identified this specific properties in this area of properties for exactly this type of development. That is, providing high-density housing, providing hotels and restaurant opportunities, and increasing the pedestrian opportunities and connectivity by putting those folks here. That, in part, plays also when you think about where this is located, both for the residents of the multifamily and the guests of the hotel that will be there. It will be within easy walking distance of the Battery and Truist Park, and it'll be even made more so once the pedestrian bridge comes to reality. They'll be in close walking distance and proximity to that as well. All of that plays a part into the Spring Road LCI study, which identified this area for just this exact type of development. Also, your comprehensive plan goals. This particular application, as reviewed by staff, met and exceeded several goals that are set forth in your comprehensive plan. Meets and exceeds goals associated with the city's comprehensive plan as it relates to housing, as it relates to economic development, land use, and quality of life. All are boxes that are checked in terms of meeting specific goals within the city's comprehensive plan for this redevelopment. We believe it's a fantastic development, one that will put serious, substantial investment into this part of the city so that as you go forward from here, not only would you have this development, but you will also have further and future development when they can see that this can occur and can occur successfully like PEG Companies can do. I want to introduce you to Tyler Phelps, who's with PEG again. He's just going to overview with you some of their projects that they've had, because as PEG Companies, they do have both the hospitality and the multifamily experience in-house that they manage, operate, and develop. So Tyler, if you could just share with them a couple of slides, and you'll see the types of developments that they have done across the nation as well. Thanks, Tyler.
Yeah, of course. It's just page down, page down.
Right.
Okay, great. Good evening. Thank you for having me. I just got off of a long flight and ran all the way here so I can be here. So I apologize for my tardiness. Made it just in the nick of time to get up and speak. I am Tyler Phelps. I am a director of development at PEG Companies. PEG Companies is a fully integrated investment management firm with a focus on development. We offer in-house investment management, development, construction, and property management services. PEG has been around for 20 years, and in that 20 years, a little bit more, north of 20 years, we've been developing communities much like this that have really added value to the communities. We pride ourselves in creating properties that do add value and that reshape how we define communities. Oh, this is asking me to. Are we okay now? Okay, great. Sorry. PEG has developed properties across the U.S. Every state where you see the green state highlighted is where we have properties that we either manage, have developed, or are currently pursuing. That totals more than 6,000 multifamily units that are have been developed and 7,000 hotel keys that have been developed and are operated by PEG companies. Project team, myself, I gave you a little bit of an introduction, but I am a director of development, and I primarily oversee our multifamily developments. I'm currently also pursuing a similar type project in Southern California, and I recently delivered a 24-acre community in the Boise MSA. My counterpart, Brian Breedy, is a veteran of construction management and is the interim manager of our in-house construction operations. Between the two of us, we have a lot of time, a lot of experience behind the seat in providing and delivering these type of products. What follows is a couple of similar type projects that we have pursued at PEG companies. I won't bore you with all the details. Pictures speak louder than my words. But suffice it to say, these are similar type properties that have really led the way in the communities that we have entered into and added real value to those communities where we've developed these properties. First was an AC Hotel, Marriott in Salt Lake City, and apartments. Again, it is a mixed-use property that we delivered in 2018, very similar to what we're pursuing here. Similarly, in St. George, Utah, a boutique Marriott product coupled with a multifamily property. Revival downtown Salt Lake City is a more recent development that we've delivered to market just last year. This property in Nanaimo, British Columbia, Marriott offering delivered in 2023. And a fun one that we got to take part in is a redevelopment of a old office building in downtown Phoenix that we branded as a Moxie, again, another Marriott product. That is PEG Companies in a nutshell. I really appreciate your time and consideration of our rezone application tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Phelps. At this time, we'd like to open up the floor for anyone that would like to come and speak in favor of or opposition to this application. This is the public hearing component of our meeting. If you would like to come forward and speak in favor of or opposition. Okay. All right. Well, with that, are there any questions? Question for the applicant? And I should have asked for questions for the applicant before public hearing, but we can mix it up a little bit since we had.
I just had a couple of questions. One, it wasn't clear to me, maybe I didn't read it closely enough, but is this property changing hands or just being redeveloped by the existing property owner?
It's being redeveloped by PEG Companies. PEG Companies has owned this property for a number of years. We bought it as part of a, oh, apologies. It's being redeveloped by the current owner.
Okay.
We've held this property for a number of years and we're redeveloping it.
So my other question is this hotel gonna, I mean, it will have a brand name, right?
Yes, it will have a brand name. Currently, the hotel flag that exists today is a Residence Inn, which is long-term stay or larger suite offering by Marriott. The future hotel we anticipate will be dual branded, which means that we will provide an offering that appeals to the business traveler, a higher end brand. It will be a major flag, not unlike Marriott or Hilton. We are entering into negotiations to either retain the Marriott brand or to move into a different direction. Okay. And then the latter offering will be a larger, more amenitized suite type product that appeals more to the leisure traveler and others.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. So a property of this size, 300-plus units, will necessitate a professional management staff for the entire duration of that property. Now, PEG plans to manage both properties because we have that capability to manage both the hospitality and the multifamily piece. And I forgot the timing of the construction. A property this size takes typically about a year after entitlements are obtained to get fully designed. And then from that point, it just is dependent on how long it takes to finalize permitting. But roughly in the 18 months to 24 months time frame.
Questions?
I had one. There's a big connection to the battery and so forth, and all I've heard is we have a 5-foot sidewalk is the only requirement for pedestrian circulation. What efforts are being made to accommodate all these pedestrians?
Wanted to go to this particular screen. We do have the sidewalks that will connect it currently, but there is also a planned pedestrian bridge that the city is working on. That pedestrian bridge, right now, the proposed location is one where Cumberland Boulevard and Cobb Parkway intersect. There'd be a planned pedestrian bridge at that location that'll help take people, and that's 2 blocks from this building.
But right now, we only have a 5-foot sidewalk to get us to it.
That's right, because that's all that's there.
Okay, so you don't have any plans for any pedestrian corridors or anything?
We do not, other than what we will add as part of this project, and that is to improve this property for pedestrian purposes along its frontage, as well as to have the plazas and so forth where you can actually walk up or walk out, but walk up and enjoy those offerings that would be there. So there's no other large pedestrian corridor or project that we would be undertaking that involved other properties, no.
Okay.
Good question. It's a tough one. If you were making it wider than 5 feet, it would be 5 feet for the frontage of your property and intersecting the 5 feet on the east side. So it's a good question. It really is. It's just
It is.
kind of.
You do.
Any other questions?
And I think to further answer it, I think the part of what the plan envisions, meaning by the plan, I should say the Spring Road LCI and the comp plan envisions, is this area being a stretch along Cumberland Boulevard and at Spring Road being redeveloped ultimately. And now while that wouldn't occur at one time, what you're doing is setting it up so that as parcels come together and are redeveloped, you're creating the pedestrian corridor that I think you're envisioning.
Pedestrians are going into the
Absolutely.
True.
100%. No.
Right. That's right.
That's why I said it was a good question. Anybody
is.
else?
Thank you for your question.
Since we had more input, more questions, I'm going to ask one more time for the public, see if
Sure.
anybody would like
Of
to come
course.
forward and speak in favor of or opposition to. All right. With that, I'd like to entertain a motion. Got a motion to approve, Mr. Phillips. Do I have a second? Mr. Bentley? All in favor, please vote. The application is approved 5-0. Will be heard by mayor and council August 18th. Thank you. The last item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes from the June 9th, 2025 meeting. Motion to approve, Mr. Rice, second. All in favor? Minutes are approved 5-0. Any further comments, Mr. Staubs? At 6:26.